Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy IX. I'm the Mysterious JG. Zidane can steal something from the next boss. We're pretty much out of... yeah, everything that's being discussed from now on out is, well, there's something interesting about this particular place. But there's no, like, hidden treasures to find or anything like that. So let's, and I was starting to say at the end of the last video there, a bit about how, the game's story, there's kind of a big info dump at the end here. We never really quite figure out what Garland is. Like, he was created to save the world of Terra. We don't really find anything about the people of Terra, who they were originally, other than the fact that, I mean, if you stop and think about it, is Zidane the only blonde person on this planet? Is he? Am I nuts? Like, maybe, like, some of the regular old NPCs running around are blonde. It's like Ruby, the chick from Tantalus blonde? No, I don't know. But anyway, Zidane is obviously like a different species of the monkey tail and stuff. And I guess there would be room, if like a Final Fantasy anime series, there would be room to explore some of this stuff, like the backstory of Kuja, not Kuja, or maybe it was Kuja directly, but Garland trying to wipe out the summoners early before, like, you know, the whole, like, exactly what, who made Garland thing's a bit of a mystery. What his plan was, a bit of a mystery. It's obvious that Kuja went off the beaten path and isn't doing what he was supposed to. But there is this kind of sense, it's hard to get from the text on the screen. In a modern version of this game with, like, voice acting and, like, motion capture faces, like, I feel like there's an implication throughout some of this that Garland has, like, a sort of fatherly affection for Zidane that is not returned. Garland is not a good guy, per se, but he does kind of, like, seem like maybe he has an affection for Zidane. And he definitely seems to want, like, he says, take care of Kuja in a way that could be suggestive. Like, could mean take him out, could mean, like, see if you can save him somehow. There's been nothing to indicate up to this point that, like, Kuja knows that Zidane is his brother. And he seems to have this, like, hatred and resentment towards Zidane. But he's also just incredibly arrogant. It's, like, hard to, like, he's kind of laughing out of... It reminds me of For All the World... Oh, God. I hate when nerds do this. They're explaining one nerdy product, so they explain it in terms of another nerdy product that you might not have seen. But, like, there's this whole thing going on in Battlestar Galactica with characters who are Cylons who don't even know that they're Cylons, and the writers probably didn't know they were Cylons either, because they do this whole plot with Final Five Cylons, who are Cylons before the other Cylons were Cylons, and it just gets really convoluted. But there's some stuff going on there with a guy who's... One of the characters has kind of, like, cracked the memories of the other Cylons. And, like, some of it only makes sense when you, like, realize that this person's sneering out of the other side of their mouth at people who, like, feeling smug and superior because they know things the other characters don't know. So Kuja's, like, really smug and superior about Zidane. It's hard to know what he really feels about him. There's no indication that Zidane has any feelings of warmth towards Kuja, but it does kind of seem like... Does this take us back here? Yeah. We don't want to be doing that. We want to be going here. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. You can encounter stuff in space. And it's the regular boss music. Oh, cool. We can fight behemoths. Space behemoth. G-force. It'd be nice to eat a behemoth. It's for fun. It's a regular enemy, not a boss. You would think, in theory, you could eat it. I love that dodge pose, though. Boink. So Phoenix Pinion. Oh, and it counters with Meteor when you do Phoenix Pinion, eh? Well, we know Meteor can be nasty. Although it might be that the attack magic of the creature casting Meteor makes a difference. Because it didn't do the kind of damage that we were getting when frickin' Ozma was hitting us with Meteor. Can't no eat until it weaker, eh? Well, you know what? I'm not going to return fire with Meteor because I want to try to eat this thing just for fun. Doesn't seem so. If it survives Thievery, which it might not, eating ought to be. It didn't. Okay. Well, we know that it can be eaten, but I mean, it probably would have just taught us Mighty Guard, which we already know, and that's a spell that's associated with behemoths, isn't it? Ooh, we got Lapis Lazuli from that. I don't know what Lapis Lazuli teaches the ladies. Oh, nothing. I wonder which summons it affects. Oh, whatever. So there's no loots around here. Apparently there are encounters. The crystal world is being filled. 1,000 girls, 1,000 thrills, a billion ways to spend your time. Okay. No, this is it. This next screen takes us out of the crystal world and into the final series of boss fights. So there, I did want to see an encounter here, just for funsies. Just so you guys can see. Hey, it's Lich again. So yeah, you fight the, oh that's right, they've all got auto regen, so I wasted a turn by casting, but it no longer has super awesome steals, and it also has lost its, status immunities. And you can fight, apparently you can fight all of the fiends again, as just like, but they're like ghost fiends that can be wiped the fuck out and turned to mini. I'm thinking, you know, can't use, but I'm curious. But yeah, using, oh, Death Cutter gives her status effect though. And we can eat them. And in fact, one way to grind at the end of the game is to beat up the ghost versions of the Four Fiends. So the Four Fiends, I guess, were guarding the elemental gate that you need to get to the pathway to, like... There's a whole lot of this game that actually doesn't make any sense, to be perfectly honest. If I could be honest with you guys for a minute. Yeah, there's a lot of this game that's not making any sense, and some of it has to do with... What is Kuja's plan? Who are the Four Fiends, and why do they work for Kuja? Because they seem to be the elemental guardians, but are they part of a plan to prevent... Are they part of a plan to resurrect Terra in place of Gaia? Like, is that a thing? They don't seem like they would be loyal to any one side or the other. I'm not sure exactly what they are. Anyway. That was it. That was a couple of weird screens there. We can run around. You can encounter like transparent white crystal-y versions of all of the bosses, but they're no longer immune to status ailments. Doesn't that seem interesting to you? Well, whatever. What the? Kuja, I was expecting to encounter you here at the end of this dungeon that we've been going through in order to fight you. Dear brother, nice of you to come. I'm surprised to meet the four chaoses that I created from the crystal's memory. Oh, okay. So he created them from the crystal's memory, but the four chaoses, I guess, were... Because, yeah, like, I thought the Lich we fought was very similar to the one that was the Earth Guardian. And I think the other groups of two, because we watched, we had Zidane and Kina fighting the Earth Guardian, and we knew that Steiner went with Vivi, Amarant went with Freya, and then the ladies went together. And I guess maybe I thought they were the same, but it turns out, no, they were created by him now. So, okay, maybe this makes sense. I'm going to get a sip of water before doing more voice acting here. But, you're too late. Take a good look. Isn't it beautiful? It's the original crystal. This is where it all began. The birthplace of all things. Once I destroy it, everything will be gone. Gaia, Terra, the universe, everything. Your lives and memories too, of course. Shut up. The only thing that's gonna be gone is you. Oh, good one. I'll take you out right now. You honestly think you can beat me? Even if you do, Gaia's already doomed. Its assimilation by Terra has begun, and the Eva tree will incite a cataclysmic destruction of Gaia. It's all over for you and your friends. See? I win. Either way. It doesn't matter. Even if Gaia's assimilated, the planet will remain, and we'll start over to make a new home. This is some Final Fantasy 3/6 shit. Don't you get it, Gefka? We all believe in love and happiness and shit. Kuja, you're nothing but a coward. If you're gonna die, leave the rest of us out of it. Why should the world exist without me? That wouldn't be fair. The Dakota line. It's a show. I was like, somebody turned me on to this show. I watched it. I loved it, although, like, it kind of disappeared. I would have never heard about it if somebody hadn't told me about it. It's called, Another Period. Had a lot of, like, biological gross-out humor that I wouldn't normally recommend, but it was a parody of, like, Downton Abbey, and it just featured some of the most, like, grotesquely stupid characters you'd ever imagine. And one of them was this very good-looking and, like, rich woman, young woman, who was told she was dying, and she says, "Without me, who's gonna be here to see things?" And I can't even impersonate the sound of anguish she made after that. I was like, I can't do it. I just this woman who was like it had never occurred to her that she could die, and when faced with that possibility, she's like, "Without me, who's gonna be here to see things?" This is where Kuja said, "He's like, why should the world exist without me? That wouldn't be fair. You're a little bit of a narcissist, Kuja." If I die, we all die. Zidane, you will be my first sacrifice. And we're gonna fight Kuja. At long last, we're going to fight Kuja. He's had it coming, folks. But now, it's time for our battle with our own brother. This isn't Kuja. Well, it made an interesting noise, whatever it is. It's Death Guys. I'm assuming you're immune to everything except for slow. Let's find out. Oh, wait, no, I read about this guy. He actually has an element, weakness that might be fun to play with. Anyway, we stole a black belt. Missed. He can be hit with sleep, which is really only amusing from the perspective of stealing all of his shit. So let's give that a chance to work, and if it doesn't... Ow. That didn't take our MP away, did it? Or it just knocked us around so that our numbers were appearing to the right of the word MP. Yeah, he's asleep. Okay. And he's still flying, though. Still dual claws. I think we've stolen what we cared about mostly. Elixir. I wonder if he has a higher risk of being stolen from when he's asleep. Doesn't have anything. Well, we can just kill him now. But something we don't get to use that often, which is kind of fun. Oh, he's powering up for something, is Night. Causes sleep to all targets. So, we're immune to it. But, we don't use it. We barely ever used it. And it's just fun because we all have immunity to it. And apparently it hits at a much higher rate than normal when you do it this way. So what if I was to bust out some Leviathan here? Maybe a bit of flare. I don't know which of these count as a... Oh, I didn't mean flare. I think I meant to do meteor. Whatever. Well, that woke him up anyway. And you're gonna cast on Vivi. No, but never mind. The way this one works, it's gonna hit everybody, including Vivi. But Vivi's got auto life, so he'll pop back up. Didn't steal enough frogs. It's only doing 9,600 something damage. Can't eat this guy, can you? He really doesn't want Vivi being around. Yeah, Vivi might not get back up before this one's over, actually. Forget what I did with Keena's turn. Tried to eat it. Okay. Ah! Shit! I miscast. I didn't realize Vivi wasn't back up, so I just threw an elixir at Keena, which is not needed, but whatever. Open? I don't know what that really does, but you get auto life back on Vivi because he keeps getting killed. And I went from never using elixirs to suddenly throwing them around to, like, the wrong targets. Demon Claw, Demon and the fucking Claw. Mega Flare, yeah, it's alright, I guess. Actually, it's pretty weak. It's only doing 5,500 something damage. Everybody else is routinely chucking around 9,999 and thereabouts. I mean, we delayed a lot of damage now. How did they beat Death Guys? Do you really think you could beat me? I mean, I was all ready to fight you, but then Death Guys showed up, and I just didn't want to get in his way. It seemed like it'd be no fair for poor Death Guys not to get a chance to fight. That's right, bitches. No experience or... Later. Yeah, he's just like, huh, I can't believe you beat Death Guys. Anyway, I was gonna sit here and stay up for a while. This is the point of no return. Like, if you don't talk to him, you can keep... Like, from this point, you can back out. If we talk to Kuja, we're going to fight him. Basically, the final sequence of the game. Final. Like, talking to him triggers the end of the game, as you might expect. To me, it's just kind of crazy that it wasn't already there, you know? So here's what I want to do. I don't think we don't have enough time left to fight Kuja. And I can't, for the life of me, remember whether or not we actually, beat Yans on screen. Remember, a battle with like 3 Yans is considered one of the toughest battles you can possibly have in the game. So let's do a quick fight here. I don't think we can't fight the friendly Yan. Pretty sure I would have been able to figure out a way. 3 of them. Ooh, but we caught them off guard. I don't know how long that lasts. They have counter damage. They have counter attacks. That's the problem. The highest end enemies in this game almost always have a counter, where you can't just blast them with insane damage and have them never get a turn. So Doomsday might have 3 different counters hitting us. I'm not sure how that works. And I'm not worried about winning this with all of the party members on the board, because they have counters that just automatically take you out. Not like one-hit KO, but like exit status. You can't be revived. You're removed from the battle. But it does look like... Yeah, and there's a ton of luck. They do float, which is just a big old waste of a turn. But Snort... He's gone. So he wiped one. Now they're getting regular turns. Comet doing astronomical damage here. She hadn't already gone, or it hadn't already gone for Frog. Cook would be good now because one of them's got to be at half health. So 2,999 hits are enough to finish, but because they have, like, just, yeah, there's no way to guarantee that you keep your party members on the field. So if this thing survives this, I think we cook and eat it on this next turn. Except that I don't think it'll get to Keena's turn, because I think Zidane will eat it instead. So these are the toughest regular enemies in the game. They're not really, like, Ozma tough. But that's the thing. It's like people like it's not a good enemy to grind against because you can't reliably defeat them. Like you'll have party members knocked out of the fight. So yeah, like Hina got a virus, so she gets no experience. I'm not going to bother to actually save this. Like you saw it happen. We beat a party of 3 of them, which is the biggest group of them you can get. So that was just a fun thing to do, because I couldn't remember for sure if we'd beaten them or not. But maybe we'd beaten a group of 2 and not 3. But there you go. You can't stop the virus status effect. You can't make yourself immune to it. So they're not good for grinding against. They're just kind of an extra tough enemy to deal with, and we've done it. Meaning that when we're done with, when we come back next time, we'll start in on the very end of the story and wrap up the game. But as far as like optional super boss content, I'm kicking myself. You can look it up. It's a much faster fight than beating Ozma. Although Ozma can also be done very quickly with certain strats. But yeah, we didn't defeat the friendly ant because I just didn't realize that was even a thing. And it's pretty luck dependent. There's less strategy out there on how to do it because it only has one attack. You're not like dealing with lots of different things. But I feel a little bad we didn't do it now, but not bad enough to play through the entire game again. So when we come back next time, we will be loading not from here. This battle is just for you and I to share together, gentle viewer, in our minds and our hearts. But as far as the continuity of our save goes, this didn't happen, and when we come back next time, we're going to face down Kuja, unless he throws another couple of death guises at us, where he's actually going to have to fight us next time. Bye for now.